Are you thinking of hiring a marketing agency? This video could save you thousands of dollars and endless mistakes that you can make by hiring the wrong partner. You see, most agencies are built to just impress you on the sales call and then kick you off to a junior team or an offshore team and ultimately don't get you results. So today I'm going to guide you through what I recommend as an agency owner myself, what to look out for if you're going about hiring an agency for your company. So you've got a solid product and some traction. So maybe you're thinking,
I should just hire an agency, they will take care of it.
But what usually happens, you get stuck in long-term contracts with generic strategies, minimal results, and a team that barely understands your brand. I have personally worked with brands doing $50,000 a month all the way upwards of $3, $4, $5 million a month. And I've seen the ins and outs of agencies on every single level. And most of them are very cookie cutter, bloated, and profit killing. So I want to give you the 3 red flags. These are the 3 red flags to look out for if you're going about hiring an agency. Red flag number 1 is massive promises and guarantees. If you jump on an initial call with an agency and they're making massive claims that they'll scale you to insane levels of revenue out of the gate without doing any research, without knowing your numbers, without knowing your history, without knowing the true issues in your brand, it all sounds great until they burn your ad budget without a proper strategy in place. Real growth, a real growth partner knows that it takes strategy, it takes time, it takes proper execution to see results. There's absolutely no shortcuts, and oftentimes people that give guarantees to their clients is simply because they're amateur or they just want to get you in the door and then give you a bunch of requirements to get that refund. Red flag number 2 is if it's their way or the highway, they basically do not collaborate. If they don't sit down to truly understand your brand, the problems that you are experiencing, and are able to collaborate with you, your internal team, other agencies, then you are set up for failure. Your brand deserves real collaboration, not just a team that says we're doing it this way, there's no feedback. There has to be a push and a pull where the agency will bring strategy, will bring expertise, but they'll also hear from you, hear from your years of experience running this brand, and make sure that strategy is in place that is collaborative and agreed upon. Red flag number 3 is offshore or freelance talent. So you might sign on with an agency and think you're working with a team of experts, only to find out that you're working with part-time freelancers or offshore talent that know nothing about your brand and could care less about your results. Your ad budget isn't just monopoly money. You need to have real experts in there that care and know how to take you to the next level. There's nothing wrong with working with freelancers or offshore team members. You just need to make sure that they are 100% bought in and have driven results just like you've seen throughout the sales process or onboarding process with the specific agency. Because some agencies will set you up, sign a contract, they might have their A team, B team, C team, D team. You get kicked off to the D team, which is an inexperienced team that might be working part-time, that can barely put in the hours. You need to make sure that whatever team you bring on, they're available throughout your business hours, are able to collaborate, have no language barriers, and can truly understand the ins and outs of your brand and where you're trying to take it. So before you sign anything with the agency, here are 3 questions I recommend you asking an agency before working with them. Question number 1 is, who will actually be working on my account? Oftentimes it's not going to be the salesperson. It probably won't be the founder. So you need to know exactly who's going to be working on your brand. You want to know what the day-to-day looks like, who exactly you're working with, what their experience is, how they're going to be serving you, how the meeting cadence is, how often you're going to be communicating in a platform like Slack. These are all vital so you'll actually know what's going to be going on when you start working with this team. Question number 2, what does the testing process look like? A real agency should have a week-by-week roadmap that walks you through exactly what they'll test week by week and why they're doing it. As I said, there's absolutely no shortcuts here. So if they give you a vague answer for testing, then you're probably not in the right spot. A proper agency must have a scientific method of testing things and then giving feedback to you and your team so you know all the data and know how you're going to be making improvements week over week. Question number 3, how do you define success? If their answer is just ROAS, then walk away. A real partner talks about profit, contribution margin, marketing efficiency ratio, lifetime value, true metrics that really show omni-channel success, omni-channel growth, not just ROAS because it looks good in the ad account. So here's what a legit growth partner does. First, they understand the ins and outs of your business, not just the ad channels, but every single thing that's going on, whether it's influencer marketing, you have organic social, they should understand the whole landscape and how their strategy is going to fit into the bigger picture. Second, you're working with real operators, the same individuals that are working on these amazing case studies that you might have seen in the onboarding process. You want to make sure that you're you're working with real experts, not just kicked off to offshore talent just because the agency is trying to cut costs. Number 3, build with you, not for you. You want to make sure that you own and have access to all of the data that they are producing. They're now a part of your team. You're now a partnership. This isn't an agency that's just doing something for you and you don't hear from them. You need to make sure that through every single week, month over month, you're collecting data, you're collecting these learnings, because you want to understand as a business owner what exactly they're doing, what's working in your account, because those are very valuable learnings for your brand long term. And so if you work with an agency for 2, 3, 4 months and then they don't get the best results, but you don't know what the heck happened over those months, you need to make sure that you have those learnings documented so that if you're executing it now in-house or you're bringing on another agency, that those learnings can be documented and can only be improved on in the next couple months. Lastly, focusing on profit, not just clicks. Some agencies will come in and talk about, great, we got this amount of clicks, we got this amount of add to carts. Let's talk about real growth here. Let's talk about real profit. And what that involves is the agency knowing costs that aren't just your cost of goods sold, but the whole landscape of your business. What are the true growth targets that you have to hit? What is considered success for your brand so that we can be on the same page with a plan that actually achieves real results, not just vanity metrics. This is exactly why here at TVG, we have created our 60-day core growth framework. This is where we come into a brand in just 60 days, not a long-term contract, a 60-day build. We make sure that all your channels are optimized, from your paid ads, your creative, your landing pages, your email marketing, to ensure that you have a proper system in place that will scale long-term. No long-term contracts and absolutely no fluff. Just real strategy, real execution, and real results. We don't just come in and launch campaigns, we build an engine for growth. And the same individuals, the same experts from our Dallas-based team that you've seen generate amazing results will be working alongside you on your account. You're not going to get kicked off to offshore talent or junior team members. If you want to see week by week the exact growth framework that we implement for brands, then I invite you to download our 60-day core growth blueprint. This is our exact framework that we use internally to scale multiple brands to 6, 7, even 8 figures. In fact, one brand we took from just $16,000 a month to upwards of $133,000 in a single month in the first 30 to 45 days of working together. And during that case study, I realized that it only takes about 60 days of proper execution to see real growth, develop a system that will generate profit for you, not just in the first month or two, but long term, is making sure we have the right foundations in place. So I'll leave it linked down below to download the 60-day core blueprint so you can review it and even implement this strategy yourself. And if you want a team to actually execute this for you in record-breaking speed, time, and precision, then I invite you to book a call, which I'll also leave a link down below. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, I recommend you subscribe to this channel. I am going to be uploading consistent content around marketing, strategies, and how to scale your e-commerce brand online. And if you want to drop a comment with your horror story of working with an agency, I would love to learn more about your experiences and what went wrong in past agency relationships. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.